strong. So when she thinks about creating or being creative, it weakens her. When she thinks about being free or freedom, it also weakens her, right? So let's clear all your negative experiences and lifetimes of not having any freedom, having your freedom being taken away from you, also taking away other people's freedom, and even witnessing others taking away other people's freedom, right? Clear also your negative experiences, lifetimes of not being able to be creative, not being allowed to be creative. And actually, especially as a female, there was a lifetime where you were told that you were female and you're not allowed to do X, Y, Z, especially to do with creativity, okay? There was also a lifetime when you were not able to create children. And so you were abandoned, neglected, rejected from the family. Right? So we want to clear that too. And lifetimes of having to do what your father wanted you to do. Being in a career that your father wanted for you. Okay. And then lifetimes when she was constantly being compared to the sons of the family. So being treated less than like second-class citizen. And having no choices, no options, no voice, no opinions. Clear all that. Okay, nice and strong. So now think about being creative. Think about having freedom. Think about creating with freedom or freely creating. Okay. When your family approve of what you do or who you are, when your family do not approve of what you do or who you are, so let's lump all your family together, right? And let's just clear the karmic issues between you and your family, right? Whatever you owe them, let's just delete that. Whatever they owe you, let's delete that. Whatever your ancestors owe each other, delete that. Whatever your descendants owe each other, delete that. Lifetimes of being family, friends, and enemies, let's clear that too, okay? And all variations of karmic debts and cycles, let's just remove that from you. I do see you in a lifetime in chains, so let's just clear the lifetime in chains, and again, imprisonment, so let's clear that as well. Also, I see you working in an orphanage where it's full of girls, discarded female babies. Okay, so let's clear that too. And there's something about, there's a lifetime when that you're sitting for an exam, and I feel like you keep taking this exam, you can't do this exam, there's some kind of struggle about this exam, but there's pressure from the family for you to pass some kind of exam, okay? So just clear that as well. Okay, nice and strong. So when your family approve of you, when your family do not approve of you, good. If I say lifetimes of you abandoning your family, and then what about lifetimes of your family abandoning you also? So let's clear the lifetimes of you abandoning your family and the lifetimes of your family abandoning you. Actually, nice and strong, strong, super strong. When her family control her, when her family do not control her, yeah, totally subconscious, right? So you want to clear that and correct it. Whether her family control her or not, she should be nice and strong. Okay? When your family control you or they don't control you, Good. You abandoning your family abandoning you. Good. Up. But what about the lifetime when her family killed her for speaking up? Okay. So it's clear.
Shit. Sorry.
It's okay. Pull all that out. Just clear the lifetimes. So you just get to release that. Just release that from all systems, organs, meridians, chakras, subtle bodies. Release it from your mind, body, spirit, soul. Release it from the conscious, subconscious, unconscious. I want to release the terror and the fear that's still trapped in your body from those experiences. So it's like infinity, down to 0, minus infinity to the power of minus infinity beyond. There were unwanted pregnancies, molestation, incest. And pull all of that out. And there's just strength here to release all of that. There's some kind of persecution I see you carrying a cross on your back. So let's just clear public persecutions or religious persecutions, public humiliation, and something about you were made as just. We need to make an example out of you. Something that you did was very trivial, but they needed to make an example out of you, and so they paraded you through the streets, and there's a lot of like public humiliation and torture, right? So we're going to pull that out. Pull that out. Clear obligations to do with family in general, period. Okay? And all negative experiences, lifetimes with family, your family, and in-laws, other people's family, cousins, all that kind of stuff, right? Strong. Think about family. Good. And think about creating freely, expressing freely. Good. And next. How does that feel?
Gratitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a possibility now?
Yeah, yeah. And I saw how I was trying to bring all of that shit into this life. Mm-hmm. Which some of that happened in this life as well, but
got it.
Yeah.
Got it. When things happen a lot in other lifetimes, we tend to repeat them in this lifetime, right? Unless the karma is resolved or the lesson is learned. Does that make sense? History repeats itself.